Say, man, hey, man, big announcement for Edwin De Los Santos and Keyshawn Davis getting it popping. We're going to talk about that in this video, but before we do, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. My boy Keyshawn Davis is quickly making himself a superstar in the game of boxing, in the sport of boxing, the business of boxing, the businessman. Yeah, Keyshawn the businessman Davis, man, he on the scene and he letting everybody know he here. Now, recently, I put out a video with Keyshawn Davis letting the world know, you know what? I'm not even on that Tank Davis-ish no more. Shakur can have Tank. You know what I'm saying? He can have Tank. I'll fight Lamont Roach because Lamont Roach is a better stylistic fight for the fans. I think that's a much more exciting fight than me and Tank or Shakur and Tank. That's how he feel, you know, stylistically, as far as both of them being right in the pocket going at it. But we know that Lamont Roach, he got business to take care of with Gervonta Davis. They talking about that rematch should happen sometime this summer for sure. So Keyshawn also did an interview a couple weeks ago, and he said he'll be back on June the 7th, and he guaranteed it will be a big name. He said he guaranteed it'll be a big name, and I'm going to keep it real. I didn't think that name was going to be Edwin De Los Santos. But today, and shout out to Mill City Boxing, today Mill City, he had Edwin De Los Santos people on there, his management team, and he had Edwin De Los Santos himself. Yeah, he had Edwin De Los Santos himself on there. So great job once again by Mill City. And Edwin De Los Santos said out of his own mouth, yeah, him against Keyshawn Davis is on and popping for June the 7th. And check this out. De Los Santos is going to Norfolk, Virginia to fight Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis's hometown. Hey, I got to take my hat off to Edwin De Los Santos, man, because once again, he's showing that he ain't afraid of no fighter and he want all the smoke. Now, let's talk about this, right? He says that the only way this don't happen is something on their end. The contract is already on the way. So he said basically the fight is pretty much 100% go. He just got to sign the contract, and you know, from there they got to do whatever they got to do behind the scenes, but the fight is pretty much a go. But it's crazy because in boxing, we can hear all of this and ain't nothing never pretty much a go in the boxing until like the week of the fight. And then, you know, if you got somebody like Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield, it still ain't a go the week of the fight. But let's just cross our fingers and hope this, you know, this fight gets made and it don't fall through. But with all that being said, man, Keyshawn Davis right now is on a hell of a run. You know, he on a hell of a run. He just won his first championship strap, and he looking to do big things in the sport. As far as Edwin De Los Santos, we ain't seen Edwin De Los Santos in the ring since November of 2023. We in 2025 now. You know what I'm talking about? And they not going to fight until June of 2025. So Edwin De Los Santos is going to be coming in off a real long layoff. Now, I'm not saying he ain't going to be fresh. He could come in fresh. You know, he hasn't taken no punishment in his career, and he could go in and be in the best shape of his life. We just got to see. But regardless, if Keyshawn Davis get the win, I'm going to tell y'all right now, the haters and the naysayers, they not going to give him credit for this Edwin De Los Santos win. And I got Keyshawn getting the W. I haven't decided if I got Keyshawn stopping Edwin De Los Santos or just, you know, winning on the scorecards. But this is a dangerous fight. Don't get me wrong, because De Los Santos, man, he can box and he can put your lights out at any given moment. But I still got Keyshawn winning the fight. That's just my opinion. It could go a different way. But like I said, man, Keyshawn got a lot of haters. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of haters because he's associated. He real close to Shakur. He got beef with Tank, and he real close with Terrence Crawford. So I mean, all the hate that he get, and he talk that talk, but he back it up. So he get a lot of hate from all different areas, right? And the haters, they not gonna give him no credit, right? Now, they've been wolfing and building up De Los Santos ever since he fought Shakur Stevenson, right? Edwin De Los Santos, Shakur scared of Edwin. Everybody's scared of Edwin. And I think Edwin is a hell of a fighter, and I do think that a lot of these fighters have been out here ducking Edwin De Los Santos. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna name them. Y'all can fill in the blanks yourselves, right? And I know I know y'all weirdos gonna come on here and talk about why didn't Shakur give him a rematch? They didn't rematch. Shakur beat that man with one hand. Real talk. I mean, I wouldn't cry if he gave him a rematch. I wouldn't mind seeing it, right? But Shakur beat him with one hand. What you think he gonna do if he go in there against Edwin De Los Santos with two hands? But see, this is where conflict comes in. Because reportedly, I didn't hear, but I hear a lot of people saying that Keyshawn told Edwin De Los Santos, I ain't no Shakur. Hey, when you start saying shit like that, and the media get a hold of, stuff like that, this is what could cause a conflict between Shakur and Keyshawn down the line. And we already know if Keyshawn Davis go in this fight against Edwin De Los Santos and get him up out of there, if he stops Edwin De Los Santos, we know what it's gonna be. Everybody gonna be, aiming at Shakur. Your little bro way better than you. He better than you. Yeah, we see why you don't want to fight Keyshawn. We see why you tried to be friends with Keyshawn. All of these narratives is gonna come up. Hey, I'm telling you first. Watch and see. And, it just all depends how strong-minded Keyshawn and Shakur is, with their relationship, man. Because the public is trying to make them fall out. The public want to see them feud against each other, right? Man, how, critics and haters and, how they get. That's what everybody want to see. Nah, when I say everybody, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about the public, the haters. They want to see Keyshawn and Shakur fall out. So we already know that Keyshawn, right, and Shakur. Well, Keyshawn, I think that Keyshawn got a silent competitiveness against Shakur, because you can kind of tell when he talk, right? Like Shakur, he always big up in Keyshawn and saying, Keyshawn this and Keyshawn that. And you don't really hear that from Keyshawn saying that about Shakur. So I think that Keyshawn is the little brother that kind of got a silent competition going on with Shakur. And man, if he go in here and stop Edwin De Los Santos, let's see what he gonna say, man. Let's see what he gonna say. Is he gonna make a reference to that? Like I told y'all, I ain't no Shakur. Let's see, man. This about to get interesting with this whole thing, man. But I love this fight between Keyshawn and Edwin De Los Santos. He ain't gonna get credit from the haters, but hey, let's see how people talking in the build-up. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.